All right, welcome. In our careers, we put in so much work, right? We polish our resumes, we practice our skills, we rehearse our presentations. But what about preparing ourselves on the inside? Today, we're going to talk about that. A kind of mentor's guide to finding your strength, your focus, and real success by getting spiritually prepared for those big professional moments. Oh man, we've all been there. You feel it right in your gut. That huge interview for the job you've been dreaming of, or that big presentation where everyone is counting on you. The pressure is real, it's intense. But what if? What if you had a toolkit to not just deal with that pressure, but to actually turn it into pure, focused energy? Okay, let's get into it. So, the whole foundation of what we're talking about today really comes down to one powerful idea. It's this: real, lasting success, it isn't just about your hard work. And it's not just about faith. It's about how those two things work together. It's the magic in the mix. And this quote right here, it just nails it. Your effort, all the research, the practice runs, the late nights, that is absolutely crucial. You have to do the work. But when you combine all that hard work with a sincere heart, with a genuine request for help and guidance, well then, you're not just working hard anymore. You're working with a powerful ally on your side. Okay, so that sounds great, but how do we actually do it? How do we set that powerful intention right from the get-go? Well, a great place to start is to look at the example of the prophet, peace be upon him. He had a simple but really profound way of starting any new task. This right here, this is your first tool. Before you even click send on that application, before you start that first slide, before you even walk in the door for the interview, this prayer sets the tone. You're basically saying, I'm not just looking for any success, I'm asking for a blessed success, an outcome that's genuinely good for me in the long run. And let's be real for a second. One of the biggest things that gets in our way in these high-stakes moments is our own anxiety, right? It's like an inner storm of what if this and what if that, and it can totally cloud our thinking and keep us from showing who we really are. But don't worry, there are some amazing spiritual anchors we can use to find that calm, clear center again. Think of this as your spiritual emergency kit. The second you feel that wave of panic starting to build, recite step 1, just asking for ease. Feeling your confidence start to shake? Turn to step 2, calling on God's most powerful attributes for support. And if you feel completely overwhelmed, step 3 is this incredible reminder to just let go and trust that everything is being handled. These aren't just words, they're tools to bring your mind right back to where it needs to be. Now, sometimes the anxiety is a little deeper than that, and you need something more than just a quick recentering. For those moments, there's a prayer that is specifically known for bringing this profound sense of relief and opening up your heart. So this surah, this chapter from the Quran, is often called the chapter of relief. It literally talks about opening the chest and lifting a heavy burden off your back. And its most important message is so critical, it says it twice. Indeed, with hardship there is ease. Saying this to yourself is like a direct reminder to your heart that whatever you're going through, it's temporary. And relief isn't just a possibility, it's a promise. Okay, you've done the prep work. You've calmed the inner storm. Now it's showtime. It's time for the interview itself. So let's look at a few specific spiritual tools you can take with you into that room to have confidence and grace when it matters most. This is a very specific piece of advice that many find powerful. Right before you walk in, just find a quiet corner for a second. Reading this particular surah, duha, 3 times is like filling your spirit up with light and hope. You're energetically preparing yourself to walk in and have a really positive meeting. Just listen to these opening words. The surah talks about the brightness of the morning after the darkness of night. What a beautiful metaphor for a new beginning, right? It starts by reassuring you that you have not been forgotten. I mean, wow, just let that sink in. This isn't just a hopeful wish. It's a promise. You will be satisfied. Can you imagine walking into that interview holding that verse in your heart? It completely changes your energy, from nervous and wanting to calm and expecting goodness. And here's the final piece of the pre-interview ritual. After filling your own heart with hope, you make a specific request. You ask God, the one who gathers people, to create a real positive connection between you and the person you're about to meet. It's a prayer for good vibes, for understanding, for a true meeting of minds. So what about during the interview itself? If you get a tough question and you feel your mind go blank or those nerves start to creep back in, these little phrases are like your secret weapon. You can just repeat them silently in your head to stay grounded, composed, and plugged in to a source of strength that's bigger than just you. Okay, you did it. The interview's over, the presentation is done, shoo. But now comes the hard part for a lot of us, the waiting game. So let's talk about how to get through this period peacefully and pray for blessings that last. This concept right here, tvekol, is an absolute game changer for that post-interview stress. What it means is, you've done your part, you prepared, you showed up, you did your best, you made your prayers. And now you release the outcome. You trust completely that whatever is meant to happen will happen, and that it's all part of a perfect divine plan for you. This verse is basically the definition of tawakkul. It's this beautiful assurance that when you put your full trust in the divine, you're covered. He is sufficient for you. It helps you shift from anxiously trying to control everything to peacefully accepting that the best result is already being handled for you. So moving beyond just this one interview, how do we ask for sustained blessing and abundance, what's known as bereket, in our whole career? Well, there's a very famous prayer for this called the Karinja Duas, or the ant prayer. It actually gets its name from this amazing story about an ant praying for rain during a drought back in the time of Prophet Solomon. And this prayer is, well, it's a powerhouse. It is so comprehensive. Look at what it does. It calls on the greatest angels, it mentions revered prophets, it invokes all the holy books. It's like it's gathering all of these sources of immense blessing and focusing them on one single request for lawful, good, and truly blessed sustenance in your work and your life. And really, that quote brings everything we've talked about full circle. It's the big takeaway. After all the prep, all the strategy, all our ambition, this is what grounds us. It's the reminder that our career is always a partnership between what we do and divine grace. So that's the formula, right there. Your effort is essential. Your faith is your power. You need both. Think of them like two wings on a bird. You need both of them working together to really soar. Your hard work opens the door, and your spiritual preparation gives you the strength and focus to walk through it with confidence. And that's the question I want to leave you with. Once you start approaching these big challenges, not just with a prepared resume, but with a prepared and peaceful spirit, what's possible for you? The sky's the limit. You're ready. So what great thing are you going to do next?